Today, Jared and I will be presenting a multimodal presentation on the biomechanics and skills used while executing a basketball free throw. We will go through what biomechanics are, 3 different biomechanics used in a basketball free throw, and we will also compare an elite athlete to our own athletic performance. In basketball, a free throw is an unopposed shot behind a line 15 feet from the basket, typically awarded to an offensive player who is fouled while in the act of shooting. Each free throw made is worth 1 point. A free throw is also known as a foul shot. Free throws are an important part of the game of basketball and need to be perfected by the player. Biomechanics is the study of structure, function, and motion of mechanical aspects of biological systems at any level, from whole organisms to organs, cells, and cell organelles, using the method of mechanics. During this multimodal, we will be analysing the most important biomechanical topics that are used while performing a free throw. These include balance and stability, projectile motion, and kinetic chain. In addition, we will also compare our performance of a free throw to an elite athlete's performance and provide a biomechanical recommendation on how we can improve our free throw attempt.
The first biomechanical skill put into practice during a basketball free throw is balance and stability. Balance and stability is an ability to maintain a line of gravity within a base of support with minimal posture sway. Sway is the horizontal movement of the center of gravity even when a person is standing still. The line of gravity is a virtual line that splits our body through the center while performing a free throw. While performing a free throw, the aim is to maintain a center line of gravity while also generating minimum sway. During a free throw, you can see the placement of my feet gives me a somewhat wide base of support, giving me stability to gain accuracy on my shot. The more spread out my feet are, the more stable I will be as my center of gravity is lower to the ground. If my feet were closer than they are here, I would struggle to maintain my line of gravity, causing me to sway during the shot, which would most likely cause it to miss. Comparing the elite performer to my shot, he maintains a better line of gravity by having a much wider base of support while remaining low to the ground. This minimizes the sway he generates, thus resulting in the elite performer being able to control his exerting force into the free throw, causing the shot to be executed well. Perfecting the correct center line of gravity to minimize sway would greatly improve the consistency of my free throw. This can be obtained by getting a wider base of support while remaining low to the ground before taking the shot. Therefore, balance and stability are vital factors during the execution of a free throw that could be the difference in missing the shot or making it.
The second biomechanical skill that largely contributes to the basketball free throw shot is projectile motion. Projectile motion is a form of motion experienced by an object or particle, a projectile, that is thrown near the Earth's surface and moves along a curved path under the action of gravity only. Furthermore, gravity acts to influence the vertical motion of the projectile, thus causing a vertical acceleration. The horizontal motion of the projectile is the result of the tendency of any object in motion to remain in motion at a constant velocity. In the instance of a basketball free throw, the basketball itself is a projectile, as it is the object that gravity is acting upon. The curved shot is the result of projectile motion as gravity acts upon it, bringing it back towards the Earth's surface. To obtain the correct projectile motion, the correct angle and height of release is needed when shooting the basketball. The angle of release is the angle at which the basketball is thrown towards the basket, creating an angle between the bottom of the basketball and the horizontal. In addition, the height of release is the height above the player at which the ball is shot towards the basket. As can be seen when viewing my free throw technique, the projectile motion of the basketball is quite flat due to the low angle of release, as well as my height of release being too high when shooting the basketball. The angle of release of my shot is just under 45 degrees, which is not the correct angle. The ideal angle of release when shooting a free throw in basketball is to be around 51 degrees. Furthermore, the height of release of my shot is also too high, as before you shoot the basketball, you ideally want your arms to be horizontal in front of your eyes. As can be seen in my shot, my height of release is far too high, as it is above my head. The elite athlete has a much better projectile motion than me due to getting the correct angle and height of release. The elite performer maintains an angle of release of approximately 50 degrees. This angle of release shown here is much closer to the ideal 51-degree angle at which creates a much better arc of projectile motion when shooting the basketball. In addition, the height of release is in the correct guidelines, with the athlete's arms being horizontally parallel with his eyes just before he shoots the ball. Both these actions cause the elite performance free throw to be accurate due to perfecting the correct angle and height of release. To improve my free throw shot, I must try to get as close to 51-degree angle of release as well as releasing the ball at the correct height at around eye level. Furthermore, getting more of a bend in my elbows and creating a horizontal angle would mean that I would have much more control over the shot. This therefore shows that getting the correct angle and height of release are vital factors that are important to consider while taking a free throw shot.
The third and final biomechanical skill executed in a basketball free throw is kinetic chain. Kinetic chain is describing the interrelated groups of body segments, connecting joints and muscles working together to perform movements. This is related to a basketball free throw since whilst you are taking a free throw shot, all your muscles and body segments work together to help produce the correct force to assist in shooting an accurate shot. The first part of kinetic chain would be during the execution, where you are extending your legs. That produces potential energy into kinetic energy, thus creating a stronger force that creates the power behind the shot. As you can see here, I am extending my legs as I go in for the shot, which creates the power behind my free throw shot. The second contribution to the kinetic chain is when you extend your arms during the execution. This works with the extension of your legs to help produce more force behind the shot. It is important that the correct amount of leg and arm extension are produced while executing a free throw so that you get the correct amount of force behind the shot. If you were to extend only your arms without using your legs as well to create force, there would not be as much power on the shot, which could cause it to pull up short. As seen in the video, the professional player generates the ideal amount of force by using the extension of his arms and legs. The amount of force is just enough for the basketball to go into the hoop and not too much or too little. A recommendation that would improve the accuracy of my shot will be to create the correct amount of force by using the extension of my arms and legs simultaneously to generate the correct power.
In conclusion, balance and stability, projectile motion, and the kinetic chain are all very important factors while taking a free throw shot during a game of basketball. By perfecting these three biomechanical skills, the accuracy and consistency of our free throw shots can be greatly improved to simulate that of an elite performer. Thanks for watching our presentation, and we hope you enjoyed.